Experience Christmas countdown, I will be introducing to you two. No, not this one. This is just one of his groupies. This gentleman right here.
Thank God it's Christmas.
And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, thank God she didn't sing again. You're welcome. And that brings us to day 2 of the Friesian Experience Christmas countdown. Woohoo! 2 plus 2, I'm gonna undress you. And then we go 3 plus 3, skip a bit of the Pitbull song. You can bring your girlfriends and meet me in the stable state. So that's enough Pitbull for one day. On a serious note, if you haven't bought your girlfriend a Christmas present yet, then what better one to give her than a unique, bespoke experience in stable stays? It would be the Christmas gift of a lifetime, a truly magical experience. However, this is a warning now to any boyfriends wanting to purchase this for your girlfriends, is that you would no longer be the best looking man in her life. I hate to break it to you, because it's not just you she would be sleeping with, it would be the horse next door too, which of course would be the incredibly handsome Hoitze! Which in true Hoitze style is far too busy eating at the hay bar to come and talk to us. Hoitze's nicknames are Hoitze Poitze, or Big Fat Man, or just Fat Man, or I like to refer to him sometimes as Ronnie Cray. Like, he's not like Ronnie Cray with people at all, but sometimes with the other horses he can be a little bit violent. Behind us here is Hoitze's wife, Yolanda, and in Ronnie Cray style, he is not allowing her to the hay bar, which is why she's remaining a safe distance away from it. And why he would be Ronnie as opposed to Reggie is because Reggie was slightly less of a nutcase than Ronnie, and even though Ronnie was gay and not straight, Hoitze is slightly gay for the little Mr. JB. The JB is right here, and in fact all of our boys here are slightly gay for the tiny pony. So you could argue that he's Ronnie Cray. So Ronnie, or Hoitze, has just exited the turnout because I need to prepare him so that he can go and smash the skulls in of some London gangsters. His wives are now free to eat without any repercussions. Hoitze's behaviour was actually the reason why he ended up with Mr. JB as a companion, because he kept on beating up his wives. And as you can see from his stance here at the tie-up points, Hoitze is an absolute of a horse. Words of Judy Swan. He is also...
And he's an absolute beefcake of a man.
So as for his personality, he's very cheeky, quite bullshy, you know. He's got a big presence. You already know when he's there. He's definitely, you know, a main character kind of guy. Beneath the bullshit exterior though, there's a big softy, especially with his guests in stable stays, because he's actually very affectionate and he absolutely loves attention. The more attention you can give this guy, the better. Going back to him being an absolute beefcake of a man, as you can see, he's pushing me around now. He's like, I don't want to be doing this, you know, I've got better things to do, because he's a diva. Going back to him being a beefcake of a man, he's what we'd call a more baroque, old fashioned type of Friesians, because Friesians date right back to the 1800s. They were war horses, and then after that they were used to work the land, so they needed to be big, strong powerhouses to do the job. However, these days, because they don't need to go to war anymore or work the land because we have tractors, they're bred in a more modern, athletic way to see the Friesians that you see today, which is the likes of Ice and Doutzen, who you'll meet later. I mean, all of ours are slightly more modern than Hoitze, but Ice and Doutzen are probably the most modern ones we have. They're just a bit more slimline than you know, the conventional beefcakes. However, we love the absolute beefcakes of Friesians, you know. Being a beefcake is amazing. So if you yourself are an absolute beefcake of a man, embrace it. It's incredible. You know, Jodie and I, we like beefcakes. I also like lean steaks, but beefcake's great. So if you're a beefcake, enjoy it. And as for his character, if he was a person, you know, going back to Ronnie Cray, I could see him as a London gangster, you know, smashing people's knuckles in with a hammer and doing questionable things with his personal lives, with both males and females. He might have hosted a few orgies in his time. Either that, if you're a child, please don't ask your parents what an orgy is. It's best you don't know. He was to be a modern day human being. He'd work on Wall Street, be a big shot investment broker. He'd have like the little really expensive whiskies back home in the decanters. He'd drive around on a Harley Davidson on his free time, and he'd probably be on wife number 3, and he'd have about 10 children from different marriages. And wife number 3, by the way, would be a very good looking, maybe even a model in her 20s, because even in his 50s, he'd still be able to pull in the girls. You know what I'm saying? As for his jobs here these days, he is head stable stays entertainer, so he spends a lot of nights in stable stays. But he also goes in the friendship barn, and back in his day, much like Hidde, the pair of them together took thousands and thousands of brides to their weddings over the years. Hoitze partook in photo shoots or experience days, but these days he's just very happily retired. All he has to do is go in stable stays and live a life of luxury. Going off on his own tangent now. Thank you very much for your time. It was an absolute pleasure working with you today. Moving on, Izzy's left me. He's finished for today. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The diva and the star of the show has left the building, as he has more important things to do, like, sniff the sand. And I failed to mention this on Hidde's advent yesterday, but him and Hoitze are arch nemesis. Because back in the day, when Tracy first started this place, she imported Hidde, Hoitze, another one of our late stallions, Dromvals, and our late mare Fenna, over from Holland. So those were the 4 originals. And 3 of those, Hidde, Hoitze, and Dromvals, were stallions. Very, very feisty stallions at that. So, which is where the rivalry stems from between Hoitze and Hidde. Jealousy. And also, fights over the girls and fights over the attention and the affection for number 1 spot. Which is why they never, ever, ever go out in the field together these days. It just wouldn't end well. They were duelled to the death. Maybe that is a bit dramatic, but you get the picture, okay? That's what he's doing. He's chatting up a lady. Even at 21, he's still got it. Hoitze, that's rude. Children watch this. Please put that away. Thank you for joining us on day 2 of the Friesian Experience Christmas Countdown. I hope you enjoyed meeting Hoitze, and don't forget to book a stable stay with him, especially if you haven't bought your girlfriend a Christmas present yet. Hint, hint, she'd love it. To sponsor Hoitze, you can head over to our website to help us give him the best possible life by contributing to his day-to-day care, just a small amount each month. And guess what? There's only 23 sleeps till the big day, so join us tomorrow for day 3. Forgot to count there, oopsie. For day 3 of the Friesian Experience Christmas Advent Calendar, where you get to meet this lady that Hoitze was flirting with. But remember, I've said it once and I'll say it again. 23 more sleeps to go! Woohoo! And if you're someone's girlfriend, show this to your boyfriend so that you can wrap a stable stays voucher on Christmas Day. Yay!